The FBI director said what about the Epstein files?
Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the files?
In the case file.
That was Senator John Kennedy, a Republican from Louisiana, questioning Kash Patel, the FBI director, just this morning during a contentious hearing in front of a Senate committee. Patel claimed repeatedly that the Epstein files are not what everyone thinks they are, and he laid the blame for that squarely on Alex Acosta, the former federal prosecutor who later became the labor secretary during President Trump's first term, because Acosta was the one who offered Jeffrey Epstein that sweetheart deal.
What exists in the Epstein case files was a direct result of the limited search warrants from 2006 and 7, which hamstrung future investigations because of the non-prosecution agreement. And I know that's not going to satisfy many people. But if they wanted it done right, then the investigation from its origination should have been done right. And he should not have been given a get-out-of-jail-free card to do jail on the weekends for 12 hours a day. And he should have been investigated fully for the entirety of his crime and criminal enterprise, not just from 1997 to 2001.
But Patel said just because co-conspirators are not in the Epstein files doesn't mean they don't exist. And he defended withholding certain things from the public.
Now, I am not saying that others were not trafficked and others were not involved. What I am telling you is that based on the information we have, and we have continuously and publicly asked for the public to come forward with more information. If there is, we'll look at it. But based on credible information, we have released all credible information, and the information that the Department of Justice and the FBI never releases is information on investigations that are not credible. And we don't release the names of victims who weren't credible. But in the same time, we don't release the names of victims who were credible. And so that's by law. And so the information we are releasing now is historic, and it is also to the maximum capacity that the law allows.
Senator Richard Blumenthal, a Democrat from Connecticut, even jumped in after Kennedy, suggesting that the FBI could maybe release the full Epstein file to the chairman and the ranking member of that Senate committee on a classified basis. Patel said no to that, too.
The Epstein case file is not classified, to my understanding. So we are providing what we legally can, and we are going to give Congress what we are legally permitted to do so to the maximum extent of the law.
Will you enable the chairman and the ranking member to review them on a classified basis?
That doesn't make any sense. If the material in the Epstein file is not classified, there is no basis for a classified review.
Well, it would protect the confidentiality of them if they were able to review them on a classified basis.
If anyone in this room can get the multiple district court judges to lift their court protective orders in the ceilings, we will happily provide you with more information.
As far as we know, the three courts are only refusing to release the grand jury transcripts, which we know are included in the Epstein files, but the courts aren't saying anything else about any of the other things included in the files. So it's unclear what Patel is actually talking about. In the end, Senator Kennedy told the FBI director he needs to do more and he needs to release more of those files.
I strongly encourage you to do that. Kash, this issue's not going to go away. And I think the central question for the American people is this. They know that Epstein trafficked young women for sex to himself. They want to know who, if anyone else, he trafficked these young women to. And that's a very fair question. I want to know that answer. And I think you're going to have to do more to satisfy the American people's understandable curiosity in that regard.